So, alright guys, we have every truck up in tip-top running shape for Saturday. If we drive them all, I don't know. But the high trail, it's up in tip-top running shape, but it's getting ready to get some more. And check out old Marty. He was getting ready to use the bathroom, do his thing, and here I come up and busted him, see? I see you in the mirror. Got him a new door though. How you like that? Pretty sweet. No one has to smell the shit now. So, the cargo net might go on the Jeep.
Where's Attica?
Alright. Now. So, alright. I was thinking about putting these skid plates on the high trail. I haven't made up my mind on that 100% yet. But, after looking at how cool they looked on here with these, like we really need more metal. But they do look cool. I can't move my fingers out of your way, but I was like, well, that might protect them a little bit longer from scratches. So, I don't know. We might end up putting those on here as well. We're doing all the work already. We could make this just the king of the crop. It's going to hang on everything probably with these, but that's what they're for. To look cool and hang up on everything. And I even had one of these up under there and it was looking pretty cool too, so we may do that. Oh yeah. I don't know yet. They might go on a high trail. We got enough work to get doing on this with these axles, but check these out. I mean, how sweet are these? I don't see any flaws in the craftsmanship on them. Everything's got a super nice tight fit. I mean, the way everything goes around here is really nice. They got decent weight to them right here. They're just perfect. They're machined very well. And they're really nice. I'm going to get the scales out here. I'm going to get the other axles off the other truck. I'm going to weigh them with all the internals. And then we're going to strip them down. We're going to weigh without the internals. And then we're going to do the same on these. Weigh them empty and then weigh them once we got the parts in them. I will say they're not as heavy as I thought they would be, which is no big deal. But I could have bought brass, but honestly, you spend $100 just to do all this on the front right here. You get all these pieces. I had $100 just in this piece, these two pieces, and then the back pieces for the shocks. I didn't even get these yet. And I was at $100 for just the front. So, what I'm going to do, these ain't as heavy, but they look dang good. So, I'm going to put these on there, and if I need more, if I'm not using these wheels, which with these wheels, you should never need more weight, I'm telling you. But if I use different wheels, or the Traxxas or whatever, I could always, I don't know about the Traxxas, but I can always buy the brass wheel weights that go right over the outside of this. You just took the two screws, you guys know what I'm talking about probably. Take these two screws off and you put them big weights right over it. I've already looked and these should be the same as these that come off stock. I don't really know yet. So, let's just get this started. I'm going to start ripping some axles off this truck. Well, alright, that was my first time doing the hyper speed or whatever. Now I'm over bumping the thing with my chair. So we got them all out of there. Now we got to get all the parts out of the axles, but man, them come out nice and easy. Even without the hyperlapse, I've done that pretty quick, it seemed like. Now, I want to get all these parts out. I want to knock all the grease back off of them, clean them perfect, clean the bearings, get them really good. And then we can grease them again after they go in the other axles. It's pretty heavy with all the parts in them. So I'm going to take off the dry shaft, take off my little brass weights, and take off the, well, don't matter. Whatever I do leave on here, I'll just leave it on there. But weigh it the same on the other one. So I am going to take off the dry shaft on these brass bits and then just kind of weigh it like that real fast. So, alright guys, I had to put these on there and zero it in order to get this one to balance on here. I haven't checked the weight yet. This has everything including the diff cable. This is a complete axle. We got, if you can see it here, we got 232.4. So that's the front one, 232.4. So get it where you can see. Yeah, that ain't happening. There we go. So let me write that one down. We'll try to set these back on here on the same way, I guess. That one's 216.5. 216.5. So, alright. Now, I changed to a different camera view. I like this one better. The other one says it's a 4K picture, but I think this one looks better. I think at most the other one's 2K. This one's only 1080, but it actually 1080 with 60 frames per second, and that comes in better than most of my other ones. The picture quality, I think, is great right here. At least I'm happy with it. So, anyway, we got the weight of these fully loaded. Now we're going to go ahead and get all of our parts out. I'm going to go get me a towel so I can, because I know I used black grease in mine, some of them. So, go get me a towel. We're going to start stripping these apart, and we will weigh them. Just whatever those are, we will match them up. And then I'm going to weigh them again and write them down. I haven't done that yet again. I haven't wrote it down, so I haven't even weighed them yet. So anyway, let's go ahead and get a towel. Well, alright, we got them all hollowed out. I went ahead and I took this apart to see if there was a bearing inside here or not, because I wasn't sure. So we went in and took that and opened it up as well. No bearing, luckily. So I'm going to throw them screws back in there real fast, and I'm going to throw these covers right back on the front of them, and then we can get the portals opened up and get them gears out of them next. So, alright, we're still getting all these portals apart because, man, there's a lot of screws. But I just remembered a little trick for other things. But let me show you a fast way. If you ain't got your drill and you're doing this by hand, I can use my other screwdriver or whatever. But if you're doing it like this, once you get it broke loose, just go like that. There's that screw. You don't need a drill if you're smart. It's gonna make my rest of mine a lot easier there, because I was doing them. I did the first one, every one of them just slow and steady, you know. I was like, well, there's gotta be a quicker way. My drill doesn't take these small bits I got. So anywho, keep these separate from the other sides. So we have everything pretty much stripped apart. A couple more portals to get apart, and then we're going to start putting together these purdy ones over here. I got to start cleaning all this stuff off. Like I said, I can always add more grease of my own later. I just want them nice and purdy. But first, I'm going to finish getting everything out of here, and I'm going to weigh these things. And then we're going to weigh the other ones and compare them. Again, them are not as heavy as I was thinking they'd be, but, you know, they're still significantly more than these. But, I mean, if you want a lot of weight, go with the brass, but that's just going to cost you about 2 to 3 times as much. So, I mean, these axles are $100. If you were to replace everything on the inside, you'd be getting close to, you know, $150, $200. But by taking all your gears, luckily Traxxas makes probably the strongest gears you've ever seen. I watched a video the other day where someone's TRX4, that sucker had to be doing 30 miles an hour. And it was just launching on a wheelie, you know. He'd hit little bumps and set it flying 6 feet in slow motion. And it takes it, man, these things, and that's just the stock ones. I'm a little concerned about flexibility in these things because these stock axles, they got flex to them for that reason, you know what I mean? We're losing that with them. I don't know, but it's still going to be fine for my kind of driving. I'm not no abuser on them. Well, we say that. We'll find out Saturday. Let me finish getting these all pulled apart. Well, alright guys. Oh, I just noticed that my camera has got a time running at the top. It says 54 minutes. I guess that's how much space I have left on my device to record. That's cool. We ain't going that long. So anyway, everything's cleaned up. Time to start taking apart these portals and putting these together. This is all for the rear. This is all for the front. Something I wanted to show you guys and talk about. I see a lot of people when they grease these. I've seen a few videos even where they grease these up. They put a lot of grease in there. I guess you think the more grease you put, the better or something, but it's not so much the case. For one, you only want, on these differentials, because of the locking diffs, you only want a little grease that's going to be on these teeth over here. But all this right here needs to stay dry. Because if you get grease up inside there, it creates a vacuum that won't allow this to slide open. It'll go like that, you know what I mean? And that will cause your servos to start burning out over time because they can't do their job. So just remember that. Grease over here just lightly enough that it's not going to go mushing everywhere. Because once these get covered, if you take one apart and it's loaded in grease, then to try to pull that out, it's not very easy. I'm sorry. It's like, it won't come out. So anyway, how you like my sound effects? So anyway, just remember, keep that all cleaned up right there. Just, you know, grease your threads. So now, let me start. Let me put this thing back on a tripod so I can crack open a couple of these and start putting parts in. Alright, something else I noticed that the stock ain't got right here is you can actually take these end pieces off here. On this one, you got a screw on each side. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a screw there and a screw there where you can pull this whole end out, I believe. So that's kind of nice. If you just break an end or something, you can order a new one and replace it. Or if you just break this, you know, centerpiece or something, I guess you can order the parts. That's what I assume anyway. So that's just good to know. It's pretty cool. And I mean, just look at the machine quality in these. I mean, really. It's time to put a portal together real fast. Let's see. Figure out which bearings are which here. I know this big boy here. Where do it go here? And then it go there. Yeah, okay. Got it. We put that baby there. Well, first we got to put the other bearing in the case. That's right. That's right. The little fella goes in there. Let's see. Is that the right one? It's got to be the right one because it's the only one that dang small. There we go. Beautiful. Let's say a few of them fit kind of sloppy. Why don't you focus right there? There you go. A few of them were sloppy, but that's better than it not fitting at all. I've had other axles I've had to actually machine the parts off of before, and that's never fun. Oops, we about lost our pin there. There we go. So So now if this piece goes there, which one of these goes right here, I guess that one. So let's just put that in there. I've never really messed with portals or nothing, or taken them all the way apart before. They gotta go in straight, I know that. And again, these are not as loose as them other ones was, is it? This little tool here for your tire works perfect for these if you get them in there straight, I guess. Or if you make sure you got the right one as well. I better double check that it fits on here. Probably easier to do it that way and then just put it together. I don't know, but oh, that's a tight fitting bearing, but it went. There we go. Nice. Now we just get it popped the rest of the way in. I wanted to make sure I got it straight, so I put it on there first. Jesus Christ, that's a tough bearing right there. Let me see if I can do some persuading with that. Nice. There we go. That's what you want, though. You want them to fit good. Now, look at there. Like butter. I'm going to throw just a smidge of this greasy here. And then, let's see, we'll go ahead and just grease them up right there. Now, I don't have the Loctite I need tonight. So, yes, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go through here and pretty much take every screw back out and Loctite them as soon as I get some. I'm just too impatient. Okay. I'm going to throw these front screws on in here. Wait a minute, let me make sure everything goes together still the right way. And these, no, this just slides right in the back, right? Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, we're good. Now she feels really nice. Good. Oops, sorry. I better stay in front of the film here. Yeah, we'll have to get my Loctite for it, but it's okay. No, I don't mind taking them back apart and doing that. I'm just too impatient and I want to make sure everything's going to go together. So, all right, let me button this one up. I might as well get the other one done like that. All right. All the gears are inside here. All we gotta do is throw these couple of portal covers on there. So let's throw this long one in there first. Make sure it goes in there all the way. Now let's try this one. Is that the right side? I guess I don't know. Does it matter? I don't see a particular left and right, I don't guess. Just spin it and make sure it goes in there. There we go. Very nice. There are some nice gears, man. They're tight though. Ain't gonna lie. The grease I got in there, it's gonna take a lot of power to move them compared to what some do. Nice. I like it.
I remember you put on my hospital socks for me last time too. Hate.
Throw that one in there.
This time is different.
I love you. How are you? Do you need anything?
Yeah, I'll figure it. Can't get it to slide right together. I mean, there we go. You gotta adjust it. Alright. Throw a couple screws in there real quick. Oh man, this thing just got heavy all of a sudden. I know that. It might not be big giant brass part. But man, this thing is a beast right now, to be honest. Sorry for the TV in the back there. We're watching The Good Doctor now. Where my wife is. Don't tell nobody that I watch it.
Dr. Allen is wounded. What does that mean? His muscles couldn't hold the stitches that tore open.
Move the patch 3 millimeters to your right. It should overlap with the wound margin. Got it.
So, what would you guys rather have? Brand new axles like this that are all shiny but not quite as heavy as brass, or just start buying some brass a little at a time, put on your axles? Like I said, if this isn't heavy enough for you, you could still brass it out a little bit, but you wouldn't have to put as much to have them pretty. You got these nice ones. I could throw just a cover on the front, maybe throw a few pieces on the sides here, and you'd be good to go. Well, alright, we got a complete rear axle. I went ahead and threw this on here, the dry shaft, just to see how good. And I could feel that grease in there. And man, that thing is buttery smooth. No slop in it. I mean, it feels good. And let me take this shaft back off here, and we're going to see how much this thing weighs real fast. Alright guys, I don't know if I can move this over where you see it, but we got 340 grams on the rear right now. So 340 for the back. We're going to go into a time lapse and put the front together because it's really no different.
It's never been done in tandem.
Alright guys, we got the big heavy front one together. Let's see what it weighs.
It's gonna be these really crazy things. Wait. What you see is actually what's happening, and probably it's much worse.
Alright, we got 350. You see it? 350.3. That's pretty good weight for an axle. You add that to the 400 grams on each side, or 350 when my tires are dry, and you got a heavy front end and the rear end. So it's time to put them in the truck. Alright, I was just messing around seeing what these look like, and I like them on there. I'm actually thinking about going ahead and putting them on this truck for now, but the skid plate would be short, I'd imagine, on here, because Hy-Tro has that addition, or addition, what do you want to call it? Which way does it go? Like this? Yeah. Still would work just fine. Goes right there. It says right there has a little bit of a area that don't reach, but it's not a big deal. Heck, I think I could work with that. Looks pretty cool. What's up guys? Here's the finished product. We got quite a bit of time invested in this job. It's not easy cutting complete portals and putting another set back together, but I mean, it's easy enough, but it's time consuming. I'll tell you what, this truck weighs about 83 pounds right now. Okay, maybe not, but still. I'll tell you what, when you go to pick it up, it feels like it. Oh yeah, I'm grunting for no reason, but still. She's a beast, man. Look at that thing. She's looking pretty. Got some MagnaFlow stickers. I got a lot of editing to do on this video to get uploaded. But now I can say, I haven't even tested them, but I'm going to say all trucks are ready for Saturday. This here is going to become a shelf queen. I keep putting money in it like that. What do you guys think? Yeah. And I can't wait to test out the tracks for a couple days. I know they're going to slow it down, but it's going to be fun just to get a few trail videos with them. That's about all I'm looking for. So stay tuned, guys. See you Saturday.